Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got our real-world highway range test on our 2021 Tesla Model Y standard range. This is going to be a cold weather test. It's 23 degrees Fahrenheit outside. We're going to head out on the highway, do 50 miles out, 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour to get a realistic economy test on this Tesla. If you want to see more on our Model Y, check the links in the description. We've got a whole playlist building up of Tesla Model Y content. This is our first range test here in Michigan. It's chilly outside. So we're going to go out and test this car exactly as if you just needed to get on the highway and do 100 miles and get to a destination. In order to follow protocol with how we always test vehicles, our climate control is going to be set to 73 degrees auto. Now that is warm. And I totally understand that EV owners, you could very well get away with only running maybe 68 degrees, 66 degrees. You could run a lower ambient temperature and have your seats on and your heated steering wheel. And we will do another test in similar weather conditions with more of those climate control settings to sort of see what kind of difference we see. But because the protocol of the Daily Motor highway test is to have the climate control set at 73 degrees and no heated elements, that's how we're going to do this test today. If you'd like to see the other range tests, definitely hit that subscribe button and keep an eye out for our Model Y content. Now, unlike the other EVs that we test where we have to start at 100% battery, go out, and then come back and charge back to full to see exactly how much electricity we use, we're going to be utilizing an online software called Teslafy. Now, this service taps into the Tesla API and tells us detailed information about exactly how far we travel, where we go, how much electricity is used total, how much goes toward the battery, weather conditions, everything we could need to know about every trip and every charge and even every idle session here in our Model Y. We really appreciate everything that the guys at Teslafy do, and it makes the ownership experience that much more interesting to really track how we use our power with the car. And thanks to that, we can just head out and do this test and see exactly how much power we use. We don't have to charge the car all the way back up to full, and we don't have to leave with a full battery, because that would take us another hour and 15 minutes here. But we're still going to replicate the rest of our EV test routine, leaving here from the 240 charger, heading out, doing 50 miles out, 50 miles back in the same direction, and getting our result from there. A few more things of note: our tire pressures are set to 42 psi all around cold. And the cabin has been preconditioning for about half an hour, so it's very nice, 73 degrees in here. You can hear the fan is still running, but we shouldn't really be using any extra battery when we're driving to heat the cabin. All right, let's hop out, do a quick look at the car, unplug it, and get on the road. As I said, this is our long-term Tesla Model Y rear-wheel drive standard range. I've enjoyed having it so far. I only had it for about 4 or 5 days. Put on over 300 miles, all sorts of different situations, and we're excited to do this range test. All right, unplug it here. This is just a standard ChargePoint 240 charger. Pull out our adapter. Let's just get going. Trip meter is reset. Now our GPS is unable to get a signal here in the parking structure, so as soon as the GPS clicks on to the satellites as we get rolling, and we'll reset that, and we'll add whatever mileage we count here on the car to our GPS figure. We do have the car in chill acceleration mode right now. The goal of this test is not to hypermile, but rather to drive effectively and efficiently as one might on a real trip. It's been 1.1 miles since we left, now that we're getting onto the highway. 1.2 now. Like I said, we're going to drive just like you might if you're just taking a casual road trip in any car. We're not going to be trying to hypermile or drive super easy or super aggressively, just casual. Our Model Y does read about 2 miles per hour high on its speedometer compared to the GPS at highway speeds. So we're going to set our cruise control at a GPS indicated 73 miles per hour, which in our car should be 75. we are off. So far, initial highway comfort is pretty good. These seats are really comfortable in the Model Y. You do notice a good amount of wind noise. And some road noise as well from these Continental Pro contacts. In the meantime, feel free to enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip if you want to ensure that we weren't doing any drafting or driving super fast or anything like that. Over halfway through here. I don't feel like taking the cameras off their mounted points, but you can see that we were averaging 351 watt-hours per mile before we did the turnaround. We're down to 346 now. I do think there was a good amount of headwind coming up this way, so hopefully going back that number improves, because not very inspiring, that's for sure. I did end up dropping the cruise control by 1 mile per hour because we're already averaging about 70 miles per hour. There's no point in pushing that up above 70. So, drop that down 1 now that we've got a good amount of cushion. Run has been clean. It's still 24 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Sun is bright. I wish I had brought a hat or some sunglasses, especially with this glass roof. Alright, we'll continue on and catch up at the end. Coming into the last few miles of the highway range test here on the Model Y standard range, I'm a little bit disappointed, not incredibly surprised though. Coming in at this point 324 watt-hours per mile. Definitely lower on the way back, only 276 over the last 30 miles. So that's not too bad. But I want to say that this is sort of, I mean, obviously it could get worse, but this is a pretty harsh usage scenario for this car. We've been averaging 70 miles per hour. We've got the climate control set at 73 degrees, and it's 28 degrees Fahrenheit outside. And I want to point out, it's really warm in here. I always do this test with cars set to their auto 73 degree temperature. And this is one of the warmest I've been. There are a few other gasoline cars that have been warmer than this, but this is quite warm. So warm, in fact, that both of my GoPros overheated at separate times. So you'll notice there's a choppiness in the footage while we were driving. If you were driving this car around, you could absolutely have the temperature lower than 73, especially when it's sunny outside and you could have the heated seat on. I would probably only be driving within about 68 degrees. So we will do another test in similar ambient temperature conditions with the climate control much lower and see how much better the car fares. Other than that, highway comfort's been great. Seats maintain a good amount of support, they're nice and comfortable. Did have one situation where autopilot all of a sudden slammed on the brakes, completely released itself. It stayed enabled, but it slowed down really aggressively. I don't know why. It was completely clear on the road, so that was a bit frustrating. but we're going to take it nice and easy back to the charger. Like I said, we don't have to charge this car back up to get a final result, but that's the same way we've done all the other EVs, so in the spirit of consistency, we will get back a mile from here to the plug and get our final result. There we are, 317 watt-hours per mile. I'm going to turn climate control off. 105.6 miles on the car's odometer, but 104.5 on the GPS, because we know that there needs to be an extra 0.7 on there. Back here at the office, we've got the Teslafy page pulled up for our drive earlier today. Some of the details that Teslafy gives us right off the bat. We'll do a little overview first. You can see our car's been charging here for about 4 hours. We're only at 14%. Alyssa took it out, did some running around, and brought it down really low. And you can see on our current 120 volt outlet, we've got a day, 17 hours, and 45 minutes expected to finish that charge. It's got a ways to go. Shows you a charging rate, how much energy's been added, the current power, all sorts of useful information. Temperature inside the car, outside the car, the odometer. Not a lot of this information you can get from the Tesla app on your phone, but it's nice to have a desktop application for it, and it's also nice to get such granular information. Here is the specific drive that we're interested in. Took us 1 hour and 32 minutes, 67% battery, 105.53 miles driven for an efficiency of 322 watt-hours per mile. Now we know our actual figure is actually going to be a bit worse than that because the car thinks we traveled an extra mile. So if we bring up the calculator, 33.95 kilowatt hours divided by 104.5, our total actual GPS miles traveled gives us 325 watt-hours per mile. So 3 higher than the car thinks we did. Tesla likes to use this watt-hours per mile figure, but a much more common figure is miles per kilowatt hour. So to do that, we'll do 1 divided by 0.325, gives us 3.077 miles per kilowatt hour. Let's just round that up to 3.1. Now, fortunately, if we were to take the initial figure of what the car was giving us, 322, we would also get 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour. Not the best figure we've seen, definitely a good bit lower than the Ioniq electric that we recently tested. However, that was in a dramatically different weather situation. You can see our average speed was 70 miles per hour, max 77, average outside temperature 23.8 degrees Fahrenheit. This chart is pretty nifty. It can show you how often I was right up at 75 or 74 miles per hour according to the car, and we know from our GPS that reads 2 miles per hour high. This green line shows us kilowatts used. You can see it does start to get a little bit lower throughout the test, perhaps from the heater. Not only that, there's also an elevation aspect to this test, because as you can see here, we start down here at about 780 feet above sea level and then get all the way up, looks like a maximum of about 1,000 feet. So over a 200-foot difference, about the middle of the test there. So we have our 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour figure. We can hop into a mile per kilowatt hour to MPGe converter and see that we have 104 MPGe for this run, compared to the vehicle's prescribed 119 MPGe from the EPA on the highway. That's not too terribly far off. That's about a 13% difference. Now, Tesla doesn't actually provide a total battery capacity for the standard range Model Y right now, and because the EPA hasn't published its data for the car, we can't quite get that figure, but we know it's somewhere right around 60 kilowatt hours. So we do 3.1 times 60, should be able to safely get 186 miles on the highway at 70 miles per hour, running the heat, 73 degrees, in the cold, in the standard range rear-wheel drive Tesla Model Y. A lot of data there for you all to parse through. We will get more streamlined with these tests and maybe have them be a little bit less data heavy. But let me know if you'd like to see all this stuff kind of behind the scenes, or if you just want the numbers. Main things to know: 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour at 70 miles per hour, with the heater set to 73 degrees and an average ambient temperature of 24 degrees Fahrenheit. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more on the Tesla Model Y, hit that subscribe button, check out our Model Y playlist, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.